These are the most important things I wish someone would have told me before going into my college soccer season. First, if you're new here, my name is Andrew Pannenberg. I'm a professional goalkeeper for Carolina Core FC and MLS Next Pro. It's my mission to help young goalkeepers like you develop supreme confidence and dominate on game day. If you get any value from this video, like, subscribe, share with a goalkeeper friend. The bigger we continue to build this community, it'll be a win-win for both of us. So if you don't know my college story, I played one game between my freshman and sophomore years, and my junior year, I had a breakout season. I was ACC Defender of the Week twice. I was third team all-conference for the ACC, and I was the starting keeper leading us to a Final Four. And I remember getting to the end of my junior year and reflecting on the season that just happened and all the success that I had, and just being so amazed with how the season went and how much success I had, and also just being super proud of myself. But I remember learning some pretty crucial lessons that season, and I wish someone would have been able to tell me these before the season started. So these are the most important lessons I want to pass on for you before your season starts. So the first thing I want you to think about is preseason being an investment into the season. So I remember going into my junior year that season, that breakout season, that preseason was the hardest preseason I had gone through in college. I think it was hotter that year than it had ever been in the summer in August. And I remember my goalkeeper coach was pushing us harder than we had ever trained. And we were doing 2-a-days pretty much every single day for like 2 weeks. And I just remember that preseason being so hard. I remember after one session, I went to our strength and conditioning coach and I told him I thought our goalkeeper coach was absolutely insane, out of his mind. And one of the other keepers on our team, he was from Spain, and he came up to me after one session and was like, "Bro, this is not goalkeeper training, this is military training." We were doing a bunch of diving and multi-rep actions and a lot of stuff with medicine balls and jumping up and down. And I remember in the moment just being so gassed and almost being like mad at my goalkeeper coach. But as the season went on, I was super fit throughout the season. I was making some big saves. Looking back, I realized that him pushing us super hard in preseason made me ready to play the games and to come up big for my team when it mattered most. So for you right now, I know preseason might not be the most enjoyable time to think about, just with how much training you're going to be putting in and still being summer months and pretty warm and hot. But see every session that you do and all the work that you put in and all the effort you put in and how tired you are after practice and sweating in the heat. See that all as an investment for when the season does come around, when there are important games, that's when you're going to reap the benefits. So put as much effort and energy into preseason training as possible so that you feel confident and you're ready to reap the rewards when the games do come and the pressure is on in those games. One of my favorite motivational speakers, Eric Thomas, he says, "All men are created equal, but some work harder in preseason." So I want that to be almost like a quote or a mantra in the back of your head during preseason that, yeah, it might be hot. Yeah, we might be doing 2-a-days, but every bit of energy that I invest into this session and this time is going to be equal benefits that I reap during the season and when the games come. So the other really important thing I want you to get into your head before this season starts is that the past doesn't define you. The most important thing going forward now is your mindset, how much effort you're putting in, and your belief in what's possible for the future and for this season. So for example, going into that junior year, I remember sitting down before the season started and setting some goals for myself of being an All-American, making the all-conference team for the ACC, starting a certain amount of games, reaching a Final Four, winning a national championship, all these things. But there was a little voice in the back of my head that said, "Man, you've played one game between your freshman and sophomore years. You didn't even play any games last year or sophomore year. That one game came my freshman year." It was like, who do you think you are? How do you think you're going to accomplish all these things when you've only played one game? And while that voice is natural, and I think we all kind of have that negative voice in the back of our heads sometimes, you want to ignore that voice and shut it down as much as possible, because the reality of life and the reality of soccer is that anything can happen at any moment. The future is filled with unlimited opportunity for you if you see it that way and if you're making the most of right now. So it was pretty incredible for me my junior year to see everything that had happened and all the success that I had. And I didn't achieve all those goals that I set out for myself that year, but I had way more success than I really thought that I was going to have. But I think it was because I had the courage to set those goals for myself and to believe what was possible and not be weighed down by my past. I think too often we look at what has happened in the past and then we use that as a way to set goals or set expectations for the future, when in reality, the past doesn't define what the future is for you. Like I said, the only things that matter for what is going to determine what your future is your mindset, the way that you think, the work that you're putting in right now, and your belief in what is possible for the future. So pretty much what your goals are. So right now you might be telling me, Andrew, yeah, that sounds great, but I haven't played any games at all in my college career so far. And again, while it might be natural for you to think that way and think that that is what the future is going to look like too, realize that every moment is a new moment. Every day is a new day. This is a new year. There's new opportunity in front of you right now. And again, what you're doing right now is going to determine what happens in the future. The past does not determine what happens in the future. Making the most of this moment right now determines your future. There's a quote, it was from Russell Wilson, his mental coach. His name is Trevor Moawad, probably butchering that, but the quote goes, "While the past is real, it's not predictive. What you do next determines your future." So pretty much just backs up what I've been saying. So for you right now, I want you to take some time during this preseason and think about, what do you want to accomplish this season? What goals would you set for yourself if you knew it was impossible to fail? What would it look like if you could have it any way that you wanted? Would you be an All-American? Would you be first team All-Conference? Would you be a national champion, Final Four? Allow yourself just to dream about what's possible. Ignore that voice, put it to the side just for a little bit and just dream up what the most amazing season would look like in front of you right now. If it was December of 2024 right now and you could have it any way that you wanted, how would this season have gone? So I would just get a piece of paper if I were you, just write down some of these things which you would like to see happen and almost just let your mind dream about it and just paint that picture in your head. No limits. Don't think about what's happened in the past. Dream up what you want this season to be like. Because again, you look at my story, there was no reason I should have had all the success that I had my junior year if it was predicated on what happened in the past. There was a part of me that believed, hey, this season can be whatever I make of it, and that is ultimately what happened. So for you right now, ignore the past, whatever it is. This is a brand new season. This is a brand new preseason. This is a brand new day in front of you. Use this as an opportunity to dream up what this season is going to look like. Make the most of today. Put the work in today into preseason, like I said in the first lesson, so you can reap the rewards throughout the season. But I want you to really believe in what is possible for this season if you are putting in the work right now, right? So this is an exciting time. I know that college is a very unique time in your life. College soccer is a unique experience. It's a lot different than professional soccer. Neither is good or bad or better than the other. They're just different experiences. So for you right now, I want you just to lock in to what you're doing right now. Make sure all your habits are super on point, especially during preseason. You're eating really well, sleeping really well, taking care of your mind, exerting as much effort as you can into training. Like I said too, spending some time just to dream and think about what this season can be, and ultimately just enjoy every second. Your opportunity as a college soccer player is very small, only 4 years, and they'll go by very quick. So just enjoy every second. Enjoy your teammates. Enjoy all the little moments, the laughs, the success, winning games, winning small-sided games in training, having fun. And yeah, man, I hope you make the most of this season. I hope you, again, believe in what's possible. I hope you make the most of every day. And ultimately, I hope you believe in yourself and what is possible for you this season if you do put the work in right now. So I hope preseason goes great, and we'll talk soon.